Welcome to North Metro TV News. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rusty Ray. First up today, leaders at a charter school in Ham Lake say they've been successful keeping kids in school safely during the pandemic with a procedure called Test and Stay. As Mike Johnson explains, kids who come in close contact with COVID-19 have the option of testing rather than going straight to quarantine.
So this here is the Da Vinci ticketing room that we normally use for ticketing for performances, but we've been able to reallocate this for our Test and Stay.
At Da Vinci Academy, the theater box office is now a place where kids come with their parents to be tested after a close contact with the COVID-19 virus. It's a pilot program where trained staff and parent volunteers administer a rapid test with the goal of keeping kids in class when possible.
Test and Stay works by allowing the students who would otherwise have to quarantine at home because they were close contacts at school to continue to come to school. However, they have to test each morning prior to going to class. So we've been able, since the start of our pilot program, to keep a large percentage of students in school that would have otherwise had to quarantine at home.
If there is a close COVID contact, students who opt in are tested for 7 days. The program was recommended after a school COVID task force saw a study in England that showed it could be done safely. It started here in November, just as a surge was about to begin.
We had 61 students opt in to our Test and Stay program, and of those 61, only one tested positive during Test and Stay, which means 60 students had the opportunity to attend school in November and December that would have otherwise been home at least for a 7-day quarantine.
Silky Jones says the ability to keep a healthy child in school is huge for their education and social-emotional learning.
Students are devastated when they have to go home. They've had enough time at home, they want to be at school, and this has been a way to help us create that environment.
It means a parent might get a call to have a child tested rather than just keeping a student at home. Molly Guy is a parent of a 4th grader and a member of the task force who says it also eases parents' anxiety.
Yeah, I think as a parent, as a guardian, these past few years have been really challenging. I think there's a lot of families who are navigating work responsibilities, care for other children, other family members, and having the concern about getting that call from school about having your child stay home for 7 to 10 days was always concerning.
School officials say the state recently encouraged schools to use Test and Stay as an alternative to quarantine. There are resources needed, like people to give the tests and having enough tests on hand. But Da Vinci is considering making the trial program permanent. Others may consider it too.
But I think the resources available and Omicron, I think, will be an interesting decision point for many schools and many districts in the coming weeks.
For North Metro TV News, I'm Mike Johnson reporting.
School officials say the program works for staff members as well. In the 2 months the Test and Stay program has been in use, 4 staff members were able to stay at work who otherwise would have had to quarantine.